Hey Crazy Friends.
Hey guys.
It's Jay and Francis with Find Your Crazy. We're a family of 9 who live full-time in an RV with 5 of our kids as we travel around the country to see every national park. And in today's video, we're still in a national park. If you followed us last week's video, we were in Shenandoah National Park and we did the Skyline Drive. Well, after doing all that we did in Shenandoah, we realized it was just more than we could shoehorn into one video. And so last week's video, we covered the full day that we spent going down Skyline Drive. Well, the second day that we were there, we decided we wanted to get a little deeper into the park and do some of the hikes. And so we set out that morning to go on a pretty epic hike that ended up being a pretty epic misadventure. Come along. Alright, so this morning we are taking some extra time to get really prepared for what we hope is going to be a super cool hike, a pretty big hike for us. Not really in length, but the fact that we're actually going to hike in, eat lunch, swim in a swimming hole at the bottom of a waterfall, and then hike back out. So we not only had to just pack water like we normally do, but also lunches for everybody, some towels, water shoes, everything.
And get a little bit of school done this morning. So we had to get that in because we're not sure how long it's going to take today. So we got that taken care of this morning. So it's been pretty productive, and we're going to head out and hopefully get to see a waterfall.
Let's see. So we came today to hike the lower part of the White Oak Trail because there's lots of waterfalls and a couple swimming holes on it, but it's a pretty steep descent back up. So if you start from the parking area that's on Skyline Drive, it's downhill to the water holes and then like 2 miles back uphill. I mean, it's like 1,400 feet of elevation change.
Yeah, that was a lot.
If you cheat like we do and you do your research, then you park at the bottom in White Oak Trail boundary parking lot, which is actually just outside of the park, and then you get immediately onto the trail. There's actually a tiny little cabin there that's a ranger station, and so you show your pass or you pay your fee to get in. And what's awesome, as we've said over and over again, talk to the rangers, talk to the rangers. We came to do swimming holes that we thought were on White Oak Trail, but he said, "Is that all you're doing?" We said, "Yeah." He said, "You should do the rock slide, which is on Creek
Rock
Trail."
slide, what?
And so that's actually where we're on now. So we're going to go up to it because he said it was a little bit steeper. So we're going to do it first. We're going to do the rock slide. We're going to eat lunch. Then we're going to come back down and then go to the other side and do the swimming holes.
Yeah,
at the bottom
and
of
there's
the
some waterfalls there too. And just as Jay said, just to note, make sure that you bring your entrance fee money and or you bring your pass, because you are going to have to get into the park and they are manned there. It is a very small parking lot, and so really be sure to get here early, because this is the middle of the week and we were surprised at how crowded it already was. Now, we haven't passed a lot of people on the trail, but the parking lot is kind of tight, so you really want to make sure you get here early so you can get the best spot and get on the trail.
All right, so sometimes it's just better not to go off reservation. When you've researched your trail and you know what it is, and you know what you're going to do, don't be tempted by shiny objects like rock slides. So we had
Don't let them talk fancy to you.
We had come to do a hike that was going to be 2 miles round trip, 2.5 maybe, with about 700 feet of elevation gain, and we're going to see like 4 waterfalls and 2 swimming holes. We got tempted by the rock slide, and now we have hiked up 1.8 miles in, 2,600 feet of elevation gain. We've seen 1 swimming hole and we've yet to find the rock slide. So we just stopped, ate lunch, and now we're turning around and going back and going to swim in one of the swimming holes and go to the car.
Sometimes it's just better to stay on track. There's a lot of fun that can be had along the journey, but make sure your journey doesn't go 2,600 straight feet up. So we're heading back downtown Julie Brown. All right, so sometimes your hikes do not go as planned. They're not as epic, and that can be a real discouragement, especially since this is our 1 full day to be able to hike in Shenandoah National Park. And so we learned a couple of things. Number 1, stay with your plan. When you have children and you have hikes ahead of you, you need to know where you're going, how long it's going to take, and especially how much elevation you're going to gain. We learned the hard way today that though those could be good recommendations, you need to take those back home and maybe try the recommended hike another day. And another thing is to just make sure you have plenty of snacks, you have plenty of water, and that you're prepared for no matter what your hike brings you. And I would say one of our biggest tips is to bring tweezers if you are hiking during tick season. So Sky has a tick, and we wish we had brought some tweezers. So we're going to stop by the ranger station. So be sure you're prepared with bear spray or snake bite kits or whatever that you need. But we didn't think that we might need tweezers to get out a tick. So I would just say think through some things and make sure that you're super prepared. And then the last thing is just enjoy where you are. We stopped when we were getting frustrated, when we were getting tired, and we were getting overwhelmed, and we just had lunch. We took scope of it and we decided we are just going to go back. We knew that there was this amazing place right here that we had passed by, and we thought instead of looking for something else and going 400 more feet of elevation, we would turn around and come back to what we knew. And the truth is, we didn't even realize that this is a rock slide. And so though it might not be the one we were planning on, it is the one that's here, and our kids are having a blast. And so take a breath, and just enjoy the journey and find some fun destinations along the hike, even if it isn't the hike that you anticipated.
All right, so that's it for us this week at Shenandoah Valley National Park. We have had a blast, even though it hasn't always been the blast we thought we were going to have. Kids don't care. I mean, look at them behind us. They're having a blast. It doesn't matter. And so, you know, that's what we always need to remember.
And sometimes it makes the best memories.
All for them.
Yes.
So if you haven't followed our channel, we would love for you to do that so you can follow all of our crazy mishap adventures and all the other hikes that we miss along the way. Like that over there. You can like and subscribe and check out some of our other videos. We would love to have you come along. Until next time, go out and have some crazy fun with your crazy family.
Bye, guys.